Hello friends, good evening to all of you, and today in this video we're going to learn about the case studies on the BFM foreign exchange. So kindly please do confirm the audio video quality so that we could proceed. So this is the second session related to the case studies, and further this video will not be available thereafter the live session. And if you want to get all the videos, all the previous lectures over there, you can visit the website and enroll over there. And let me tell you that there will be a mega offer, that is a new year loot. And further, during this particular offer that is available just for 4 hours, beginning from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. in the morning, that is for the new year only, you'll be getting 30% off on all the listed courses. 30% means you'll be getting over and above extra 30% off on the 75% off. So already 75% discount is available, and over that particular discount you'll be getting 30% off. That makes it 85% off. That makes it 85% off on all the listed courses over there. So do enroll right now. Start preparing for the CIIB, JIIB or the promotional exams. If you have any friends, your colleagues who have been preparing for JIIB, CIIB promotions or the certifications, do let them know about the learning sessions, and further you can avail this offer. So audio video quality over here seems to be working fine. So let's start the session now. So it's related to the first question. It says if USD to INR rate is given to be 48.10 and USD to JPY rate is given to be 91.50, what is the rate for JPY to INR? What would be the rate for JPY to INR in that particular case? Kindly please do let me know at the earliest. So what would be the rate applicability in that particular case? Over here we'll be using the methodology related to the cross rate. So how we can do calculate it? It's quite simple. So USD to INR means that 1 USD is equal to 48.10 INR. And further we can write the second situation also, like USD, 1 USD will be equal to 91.50 JPY. So what would be we will be doing? We'll be equating LHS and RHS. So we can simply write that 48.10 INR, it is equal to 91.50 JPY. It is equal to 91.50 JPY. And what we were to calculate? We were to calculate JPY to INR price. We were to calculate JPY to INR price. So over here, what would be the answer? It will be JPY to INR. It will be equal to 48.10 divided by 91.50. So what would be the answer over here? So what would be the answer related to this particular question? So it will be 48.1 divided by 91.5, that becomes equal to 0.52. That is basically 0.52. But that will not be the answer. Because in the case of Japanese yen, Indonesian rupiah, and the Kenyan shilling, and the case of the Kenyan shillings, you need to basically quote the answer. You need to quote the prices for 100 units, not for the single unit. So over here the prices will be quoted for the 100 JPYs to INR. So it will be multiplied by 100. So the price answer over here will be equal to 52.56. So that would be the answer related to this particular question. So you must be aware that in case of Japanese yen, Indonesian rupiah or Kenyan shilling, the price is quoted for 100 units and not for the single unit. Okay. So answer over here will be equal to 52.46 over here. Okay. Now let's move to the next question over here. Next question over here, it says, question number 2, it says if USD to INR rate is 48.10 and pound to USD rate is given to be 1.60, what would be the rate of pound to INR? What would be the rate of pound to INR? So in the same methodology we'll be solving. 1 USD is equal to 48.10 INR, and further pound to USD is given to be what? It is given to be 1 pound is basically given equal to 1.60 USD, and we need to calculate pound to INR. We need to calculate pound to INR. Over here we'll be equating these two terms over here. So it will be 1 divided by 1.60 pound multiply is equal to 1 USD. So we will be equating these two. So over here we can equate like 48.10 is equal to 48.10 is equal to 1 divided by 1.6, and further over here we will be having what? We will be having the pound over here. Pound divided by INR. Okay, so We are simply equating this will be confusing you, so I'm just writing INR over here again. We be just equated these two. So over here that is easier to solve, so it will be pound divided by INR, that is equal to 48.10 multiplied by 1.6. so that would be answer related rate, so it will be 48.1 multiplied by 1.6, that is equal to 76.96. that is quite simple. If you simply make the LHS equal to RHS, just look at the term that you want to get at the as per your answer and further form the relation in between. The next question says, what will be the bills selling rate? What will be the bills selling rate for import bill of USD 50,000 if the interbank rate is given to be this and further margin is to be charged is 0.20? And further, what will be the rate quoted for this transaction? For this particular case, first of all, you need to understand what is bill rate, what is the telegraphic transfer rate. So let me tell you in detail that we are having two type of rates. One, it is a bill rates. One, it is a bill rate, and the other one, it is a telegraphic transfer rate, or simply we name them TT rates, or it is said to be telegraphic transfer rates. Okay, so these are the bills rates, and over here we are having the salary rates, and further these are classified into bills buying rate and further the bills selling rate. In the same manner, the telegraphic transfer rates are classified as buying rate and further the selling rates. These are classified as the buying rates and the selling rates. Over here we are having the bills buying rate and bills selling rate, telegraphic transfer buying rate, and TT selling rate and TT buying rate over here. Okay, so that is related to what? That is related to the rates over here. Now how we can do check what rate would be applicable over here? So first of all, just look at the factor that is related to the selling rate. Over here in question it is said that what will be the bills selling rate would be applicable. Now when it is said selling rate is applicable, what does it indicate? That the market has quoted us selling rate, that the market has quoted us selling rate. Okay, and when one will be basically quoting you selling rate? When you want to buy, when you want to buy. Okay, now here the case is related to what? It is related to the import bill. First of all, you need to understand the terminology, that what does the import bill means and what does the export bill means. Okay, so let me tell you, let us take the case of importer and exporter, that there was a contract between the exporter and importer that they will be shipping, and further the payment is to be made by the importer to the exporter over here. So over here the exporter has shipped the goods to the importer, and further he has drawn the bills. He has drawn the bills on importer. So the bills were drawn, and further these were got accepted from the importer and further returned to the exporter over here. So the bills were further returned to it. Now the exporter is having the bills accepted by the importer itself. Okay, so now these bills will be import bills or export bills? These will be import bills or export bills. What kind of bills these would be? These would be the export bills. These would be the export bills, because these are related to the export itself that has been made by the exporter over here. Okay, and further, now let us take the case that the bills are of two types. Now let me tell you that the bills are of two types. One of these type is the site bills. Site bills, which are to be paid on presentation by the importer. So whensoever the bills will be presented by the exporter, the importer has to make the payment. That is obligation on the importer. And the other type of the bills are the usance bills. In case of the usage bills, the payment is basically not to be made at on the presentation, but it is to be made at the time of on the due date. On the due date, the amount is to be paid by the importer itself. If we say that the usage period is 3 months, in that case, the amount will be paid by the importer after 3 months from the date of the bill. Okay, so that is the case related to the bills over here. Now, let me tell you that in this case particularly, we are considering what, in this case, nothing is mentioned if it is an import, if it is a site bill or a usage bill, we'll be considering it as site bill. We will be considering it as what bill? We will be considering it site bill. Now the importer is to make the payment. Now importer will be basically going visiting his bank. Let us take the case XYZ bank. It is the importer's bank. Importer is in India, and further exporter here in USA itself. Okay. Now importer over here will be visiting the bank so as to make the payment against the bills which were accepted by the importer itself. That is said to be what? That is said to be the retirement of the bill over here. That is said to be the retirement of the import bill. The term is specifically said to be what? It is said to be the retirement of the import bill. Now, the payment is to be made in USDs only, because it's an international transaction. The bill were drawn in USD and further was accepted by the importer. Now, the payment is also to be made in USD. Now, if Importer over here wants to make the payment in USD. In that particular case, first of all, the obligation is related to so as to buy the USD. So over here, the importer is having the obligation so as to buy the USDs. So importer can basically buy the USDs at the price at which the market is ready to sell. At the price at which the market is ready to sell. So what rate will be quoted to the importer over here? The selling rate will be quoted. The selling rate will be quoted. That is the first thing over here. Okay. Second scenario, it is related. Now, whensoever the amount will be, the USDs will be bought by the bank over here, that will be an instantaneous transaction. That will be an instantaneous transaction, that the settlement date would be same in that particular case. Because when we want to buy something and that thing is readily available, that's basically the settlement date, and the payment date would be the same. Okay. So that is what rate would be applicable over here. In that particular case, it is a TT transaction. It is a TT selling rate would be applicable. What rate would be applicable? TT selling rate would be applicable. Let me tell you the scenario. When we are to calculate the bills selling rate over here, when we are to calculate the bills selling rate over here, what would be the scenario? The bill is basically to be settled now. So bank over here will be buying the bank will be basically buying the USDs on the behalf of the importer over here from the market itself at the selling rate, and further out of this particular spot rate. So bill selling rate would be equal to the spot rate, whatever rate would there will be there, spot rate, and further in that particular case, the TT selling margin will be added up. TT selling margin will be added up, and also the bills selling margin will be added up. The bills selling margin will be added up over here. So these terms would be over there when we are to calculate what rate? When we are to calculate the bills selling rate over here. Is that clear? Now the XYZ bank will be doing what? The XYZ bank will be basically connecting to its correspondent part in the USA. It will be connecting to the correspondent part in the USA, the bank in USA. Let us take it. It is a Nostro account where the XYZ bank is maintaining its Nostro account, or the correspondent bank over there, and further then the amount will be settled to the exporter itself. So it is going to take some time. It will not be settled on same date. Okay. So what rate is applicable in case of when the bills rate is applicable? When the transaction is not settled on the same date, in that case the bills rate is applied. In that case, the bills rate is applied, and further in case the settlement date is the same, in that case the telegraphic transfer rates are applied. And further it would be buying rate or selling rate, that is based upon the transaction itself, because over here we wanted to retire the import bill. For that particular sake, the importer has to buy the USDs from the market, and he would be able to buy the USDs at the market at the price at which the market is ready to sell. That is why it is what rate? It is a bills selling rate over here. Is that clear? Is that clear over here? So now the interbank rate is given to be 48.56 slash, it is given to be 48.56 slash 57. So this is the buying rate and this is the selling rate over here. So what rate would be quoted to him? The selling rate would be quoted. So it will be 48.5700. That particular rate would be quoted. And moreover, now we know that the margin is to be basically what? Margin is to be added up. Now in this particular case, we are given only and only one margin. So we'll be considering that a combination of two margin is given over here, or one of the margin is not given. So we'll not be considering that. So you will be simply adding up this. You will be simply adding up this 0.20% to it. Okay. So what would be the answer? So it will be 48.56, 48.57 plus 0.2%, and that will make it 48.66714. So that is the rate that is to be quoted to the customer. That is the rate that is to be quoted to the customer. That is 48.57 plus 0.20%. Okay. So that is 48.67. We can basically round it off. So it is 48.67. Is that clear? Okay. Further, we'll be solving question based upon that. A simple trick related to that, how you can remember where the margin is to be added up and where it is to be subtracted. Let me tell you. When it is related to selling, there is a S in it. So we need to take the sum of the margin. In that particular case, the margin is added up. The margin is added up over there. Is that clear? Okay. Let's further move to the next question. It says USD is available in Delhi at 1 USD is equal to 46.10. USD rate in London is given to be 1 USD is equal to 0.75 euro. What will be the euro to rupee rate? What would be the euro to rupee rate? So USD in Delhi is given to be 1 USD is equal to 46.10 INR. 46.10 INR. And the other case we are provided with 1 USD is equal to 0.750 euro. Simply we'll be doing what? We'll be equating this. Okay, so we can equate these two terms over here. And what we need to calculate? Euro to INR rate we need to calculate now. So it will be euro 0.75 is equal to 46.10 divided by what? Divided by 0.75 and further INR. So this would be the ratio that you need to calculate. It's quite easier that you can learn that how we need to calculate using the chain rule method or the cross rates. Okay, so 46.10 divided by 46.10 divided by 0.75, so it will be equal to 61.46. so that would be the answer related to it. So euro to INR rate is 61.466, or we can simply round it off to 61.47. okay, so that would be the answer over here. Is that clear? Okay, now let's move to the next question. It says if the spot rate is euro to 1 is given to be euro is equal to USD 1.320010. Now the spot rate is given to be related to 1 euro, and further it is given to be 1.3200/10, and further you are provided with it is equal to USD over here first of all, and for the forward month forward rates are given. 1 month forward, 2 month forward, and 3 month forward rates are given, and we need to calculate the what is 3 month bid rate or the 3 month buying rate. What would be the 3 month buying rate? What would be the 3 month buying rate? Okay, so what rate would be applicable? Kindly please let me know. For 3 month buying rate, the forward points are given to be 35/30. These are the forward points given for 3 month forward period. 35/30. So this is the buying and this is the selling, and you need to learn the concept related to when the currency is available at premium and when the currency will be available at discount. So in this case particularly, how we can basically find it out that the currency is available at premium or discount? Simply look at the factor. If the selling points are greater than the buying points, then the currency is available at premium. And if selling points are lesser than the buying points, in that case the currency is available at discount. Now in this case particularly, the currency would be available at premium or discount. Definitely the currency is available at discount. So now when the currency is available at discount, you have to subtract the forward points from it, and when the currency is available at premium, you need to add the premium forward points to the transaction amount itself. So over here, this is the buying point, and this is the selling price. This is the buying cost, this is the selling cost. We are basically concerned about buying rate over here. Let me tell you a difference over there. Sometimes I just say that if a customer wants to buy, in that case, the customer will be able to buy the price at the rate at which the market is ready to sell. That is basically related to what? That is related to the merchant rate. That rate is basically given to the customer itself. Okay. But when there is nothing mentioned over there, like customer purchase or the transaction related to customer itself, in that particular case, we'll be going for what? We'll be going for interbank market rate. Okay. So over here, the buying rate means buying rate. So we'll be focusing buying rate only in this particular case. There is nothing mentioned like it is basically related to customer or not. So 1 euro, we can say simply from this particular transaction, we can say 1 euro is equal to 1.3200 USD, and further we'll be subtracting the points from over here. And let me tell you, when there is a 00 in the end, in that case you will be subtracting because this is the case related to discount now, so you'll be subtracting 0030, not 30 from the 32 itself. Okay, so this way it will be subtracted. So what would be the answer over here? So it will be 1.3200 minus 0.003. So answer would be 1.317. 1.317, that would be the answer related to it. Okay, 1.317, that would be the answer related to this particular question. Now let's move to the next question. It says if spot rate exchange rate is given, if the spot exchange rate is given to be 2, and further the interest rate differential is given to be 4%, forward period is given to be 60 days, calculate the forward points by taking an year is equal to 360 days. Okay, now we need to calculate what? We need to calculate the forward points. What is the formula related to forward points? You simply need to remember the formula, that is the forward points are equal to what? These are equal to the spot rate. So whatsoever the spot rate is applicable multiplied by the interest rate differential, and further multiplied by the forward period. So that would be the case to be taken. And for the interest rate is basically in what it is to be taken in decimal partner, so it will be divided by 100 multiplied by the number of days in a year. Okay, just we'll be using the values over here provided above. Spot rate is given to be 2 and interest rate differential is given to be 4%. Forward period is given to be 60 days. 60 divided by 100 multiplied by 360 as given in the question itself. So this will be 6, and for the 2513 it will be 1 divided by 75, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, this would be something like that, isn't it? And please let me know. 2 into 4 multiplied by 60 divided by 360 divided by 100. So it will be 0.0133. So these are the forward points. Okay. Is that clear over here? Now let's move to the next question. Question number 7 over here. That says, as per the FDI rules, forward contracts that have been matured and that have not been picked up, shall be automatically cancelled on what day after the maturity date? Shall be automatically cancelled on what date after the maturity date? As per the FDI rules, there have been changes in this particular part. That is why we are covering it over here. So here is a question. Why in question number 5 we can take the second month rate or 3 months rate? That's only given for the confusion itself. When it is already given that you need to calculate the 3-month forward rate, you'll be basically using it for what? You'll be basically calculating it for the 3-month forward period only. And in the previous question, why we never used 360? Why we never used 365? Because it was already given in the question itself that you need to take the 360 days as a number of days in India. So the question number 7, the answer is, if there any forward contract which has already matured and which has not been picked up, that shall be automatically cancelled on the 3rd day after the maturity date. So the maturity date. So the answer over here will be 3rd day. Previously it was 7th day, but now it is 3rd day. Okay, question number 7 it is. Next question says, Bank XYZ received a money transfer of USD 10,000. So XYZ Bank received a money transfer of USD 10,000 already credited to the Nostro account. What amount will be paid to the customer if the spot rate is given to be this and 1 month forward differential is given and further the exchange margin is given? Okay, so what would be the rate applicable first of all? So first of all, you need to identify what rate would be applicable: bills buying rate, bill selling rate, or a telegraphic transfer buying rate or selling rate. I already told you that in the case of the bills rate, the transactions are yet to happen. The settlement date is not same, but it's clearly given in the question itself that the amount is already credited, that the USDs are already credited in the Nostro account. So it's related to, not related to bills rate. Okay, so it's related to what? It related to TT rates over here. It is related to TT rate. And what rate would be applicable? Now the USDs are basically, the scenario is basically like this. We are having XYZ Bank over here and the customer visited the bank over here, and further he basically received a money transfer. In that particular case, the amount is already credited in the Nostro account with the correspondent bank over here. XYZ Bank is having a Nostro account with the correspondent bank over here in foreign currency in the USD over here, where the amount has already been credited. Okay, so the amount of 10,000 is USD is already credited, and further now we need to tell that what amount will be credited to the customer's account. Now in that particular case, the 10,000 USD, the customer wants to sell the 10,000 USDs. The customer want to sell what? He wants to sell the 10,000 USDs. Only then he will be getting his money now. Only then he will be getting the amount in INR itself. Okay, so it will be, he wants to sell the USDs. He wants to sell the USDs over here. So what rate would be quoted to him? The buying rate would be quoted, because the market will be able to buy, he will be able to sell at a price at which the market is ready to buy. So it will be the buying rate. So which rate would be quoted? It will be the TT buying rate, which will be quoted over here. It will be the TT buying rate, which will be quoted over here to the customer C. Is that clear? Okay. Now you're provided with what? You're provided with the spot rate. Now, if the settlement date is the same day, now in that particular case, the forward period is not required. The forward differential will not be applicable. So this particular point is not applicable. This particular point will not be applicable on our question itself, depending upon the situation. Okay. So over here, we are provided with the spot rate. Let me clear up the space over here. Now you know that it's a TT buying rate which will be applicable. And further, for the TT buying rate, I told you if it is a selling rate, S is over there. So that was to the exchange margin was to be added up. Okay. In that particular case, in the case of the selling rates, whether it is TT selling rate, whether it is a bill selling rate, the margin is to be exchange margin is to be added up. But over here in this particular case, the margin will be subtracted. In the case of the buying rates, when it is a bills buying rate or TT buying rate, the margin will be subtracted. So it will be simply the spot rate minus the exchange margin, over spot rate over here. It is what? It is 76.30 slash 45. This is the buying rate. This is the selling rate. Which rate will be quoted? This is a buying rate. This is a selling rate. We already knew that buying transaction. So buying rate will be quoted because we'll be able to sell the USDs at a price at buying rate itself, at the price at which the market is ready to buy. So it is 76.30 minus the margin is given to be 0.10%. The margin is given to be 0.10%. It is a 76.30 minus 0.1%. 76.30 minus 0.1%, and that is equal to what? That is equal to 76.2237 multiplied by 10,000 USDs. That is the amount that is to be paid to the customer. So it will be equal to 7,62,237. That particular amount will be credited to the customer account. Okay. So that will be the amount which will be credited to the customer account over here. Is that clear over here? So that would be the answer related to this particular question. So that would be related to this particular session. I hope that you must have loved the session. So kindly please do hit the like button over there, and if you are not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel so that you get notified whenever we upload the next videos. And let me tell you that for particular period of 4 hours from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. of 2022, so we are basically entering a new year. And further, there is a great offer, that is a loot offer, where you can avail the courses. You need to apply the coupon code LOOT at 9 a.m. at our website or our Android application at 9 p.m. itself. Okay, 9 p.m. itself. And further, you'll be getting 30% flat off on all the listed courses. Right now, you're getting 80% off. When this particular offer will be available, you'll be getting the prices slashed over there, and you'll be getting the courses over there just at the 15% cost. Okay, so that would be all related to this. So thank you so much, and see you in the next session, that is scheduled at 8:15 p.m. So that would be related to it. There is a question from the 5th question itself. Let me check if there is some mistake has been made at my end or not. Let me check over here. I think I had just made a mistake related to question number 5. Let me rectify. Let me check over here. So we will be solving question number 5 over here again on the request, because I think I must have made some mistake over there. Let me check. So spot rate is given to be what? So the spot rate is given to be what? It is given to be 1 euro is equal to USD 1.3200/10. And further, we need to calculate the 3-month buying rate. So this is a buying rate, this is a selling rate over here. And 3-month forward points are given to be what? These are given to be 35/30. So these are the buying points, these are the selling points. We have to look at what factor? We have to look at the buying side only. So in this case particularly, it is related to discount or related to premium. Selling is greater than buying or low? Selling is lesser than buying. Selling is lesser than buying. So this is a case related to discount. So in the case of discount, the forward points are subtracted. The forward points are subtracted. So it will be 1.3200 minus 0.0035. Yes, I just made a mistake over there in question number 5. So it will be 0.0035. It will be 0.0035, which is to be subtracted from over there. Definitely the right answer over here will be 1.3165. I just inadvertently subtracted the selling forward points, but we were to subtract the forward points for the buying transaction itself. So these are to be subtracted from this particular rate, and that would be the answer over here, and that would be the answer related to it. Okay, so that would be related to this session. So thank you so much, and see you again in the next session at 8:15 p.m.